May the force be with you. I am here with Chewbacca today, and we're going to just talk about three books that I have read that are in the science fiction fantasy section. So let's begin with the first one, of course. It is The Inevitable Ruin by Matt Dinniman. This is book number 7. It is a huge, massive book, but we loved every minute of it. We love Princess Donut. We are getting to know the heart and soul of Mr. Carl and all the characters. We are introduced to new ones. The adventure continues and keeps going, and it's just getting crazier and crazier as Princess Donut and Carl and all of the other characters. I'm not going to name them because I don't want to spoil anything. All the other characters that are in this book are just causing all kinds of havoc and chaos, and gloriously we love this. And so definitely recommend. This one is book number 7. This is what's considered RPG lit. First time reading it. I'm so glad somebody just recommended it. We did it for a book club 1 month, and I love it. The 8th book is coming out in a couple of days. I think it's the 12th or the 13th, and there is a total of 10 books coming out. A reread for me. I did read The Two Towers this year, and knowing more about the world of Tolkien, of Middle Earth, has helped me just appreciate this book even more. I love this book. This is a 5-star for me. I know it's like the middle part, but very, very interesting. I love the Ents and their story and their culture, and just an amazing book to go into the mind of this man and to travel along with Frodo and Sam and Smeagol. Just amazing stuff there. So this book is a classic. Definitely recommend. If you don't mind a world that's built slowly, and if you go into Tolkien's Fellowship of the Rings just blind and not knowing anything, my husband gave me really good advice and said, don't feel like you have to know what he's talking about. Get to the story, and if something sticks out later on, like, you can go back to it and do some research on what he meant by this word or this country or this language or this poem or all those things. Just continue on, because a lot of times we want to understand everything that's going on. We want to understand what the people are saying, the names, what do they mean, and I don't know where this is at. And so and something I found myself doing, which was completely nerdy, is I did print out a high definition map of Middle Earth while I was reading this, so I could see the journey of Frodo and Sam as they were going towards the towers. So very very fun, very slow, but a good slow, where you can just kind of just get lost and walk with a lot of these characters here. So love this book in the fantasy, the father of fantasy in the fantasy genre. And then I also just finished this one about a week ago, Dune Messiah. As many of you know, Dune Messiah, with Dune Part 3, is coming out in December. So I kind of wanted to see what the movie was going to be about. This is very complex. It's a very, very complex world. This is complete sci-fi. No Earth, nothing. They're all just different planets and different races and different governments and economies, any religion, all that kind of stuff. Really very, very interesting. And one thing I did find that was a little easier for me was that I did see Dune 1 first, like, which was the movie with Chalamet and Zendaya. And I did see the movie first, and then I read the book. That was very helpful for me, because Dune, the first book, is huge. It's about 3 times the size of this. And it is a complex universe. It is a complex world. And having the visuals and the main story from the movie did help me understand the book a lot better. Is the book better than the movie? Absolutely, yes. But the movie did help me, especially with my kind of brain where it's just so fact focused, and the fantasy is harder for me. Watching the movie and seeing it first was actually very helpful. So now that I have the foundation, though, I think I mean I was able to go into this book and be able to make up the world in my brain a lot easier, and it was very interesting. This is kind of like a bridge to the rest. I've been reading everywhere. It was a little anticlimactic for me. I did miss out on a lot of the fighting, and it wasn't covered in book two, and so I wanted more, but from what I'm reading is I'll get the more in books 3, 4, and 5 and 6. So this is kind of like a little bridge or like a little link, and then I'll understand a little bit more about this. Lots of evil characters in here that it's just creepy stuff. But did enjoy it, and I am enjoying these genres. Of course, Project Hail Mary was another book that I read that was all, really good when it came to the sci-fi genre. And then, of course, Dune, the first one. And then all of these guys are just, to me, they're fun, they're fast, they're full of adventure. It's another world, and I am definitely loving the fantasy genre. So I'm very excited to go into reading Mistborn, which is going to introduce me to the Cosmere. I have read Sanderson before, which was the Emerald Sea, which is part of the Cosmere. He attaches it all together from what I understand, and then also to delve into the world of Dritz, the Drow, which is R.A. Salvatore's is it Forgotten Realms, I think it is. So super excited. I haven't even touched yet. I've only read one book of the Warhammer books also, which is something else that I want to get into. So I'm just excited about this new world that I've delved into. Do I like thrillers? Do I like historical fiction? Do I like theology? I like all that stuff. Absolutely, yes. But once in a while, actually more than once in a while, I very much enjoy the adventure, the fantasy, the magic, the just the science fiction and drama of intergalactic wars and races and cultures that don't exist anywhere except for in these worlds. Super exciting stuff. So I recommend those guys, and I hope you get to start reading a little bit of science fiction more. If you're not, if you are a science fiction reader or a fantasy reader, let me know. What do I need to read? What needs to be on this TBR list that keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger as I get older? Well, you guys have a wonderful day. May the force be with you. Take care. Bye-bye.